Technology sucks. We're going to talk about that next. Let's go.
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me.
What is going on, everybody? After multiple attempts on internet, we are live finally. Holy shit, dude.
It hasn't been this bad in quite some time. I think from the day I joined in at the pool, it was like me and Dex and one other Masters guy.
Ryan Redkey.
Yeah, with Ryan. Yeah, that was good stuff right there.
Yeah, so, when your phone was overheating at the pool and
he kept doing it over and over again. Yeah, Dex is frying pork chops.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh, man. It's crazy because now for some reason, every time I go downstairs, I lose the internet on the laptop and it will not connect to anything. And I don't know if it's something in the Roadcaster, maybe connecting to that. I mean, because I'm literally just the floor is the only thing between me and the router.
Yeah, which makes no sense whatsoever. That shouldn't be a thing.
It should not be. So, we had a great talk yesterday. We're going to follow up on that a little bit now that I can actually see that. Shay, I have internet. My laptop just doesn't want to connect to it when I'm down in the studio. All of a sudden, after 6 years, the last 2 days, it just will not hook up. So we're going to follow up on that conversation a little bit, but some news hit yesterday and I had to go back in the office today for the first time in like maybe 3 years.
I know it's been quite some time since you and I have had that conversation a bunch.
Well, like I haven't worked in the office in 5.
Right.
Like since COVID hit, I have not been back. Now I had to go in for a meeting like 3 years ago, 2 years, 2, I don't know. And haven't been back since. But it's funny because I had to go take my laptop from my work laptop in and have it changed out for a newer one. Because it's the same one I had when I left in 2020.
Oh, yeah. That's probably outdated at the least.
And I walk in and it's my buddy that I used to go to for all my IT needs. Like that guy, you know, that you just became buddies with because under the table he can fix your shit.
Right.
And now he's the head of IT.
I mean, somebody's got to be.
And so we got to hang out, talk a little bit today, which was really cool because I don't get that interaction anymore.
Well, good.
But that was fun. Now I'm back here for the rest of the day. Meredith, do I still have a desk there? I do not. They actually sold off all their buildings, and there's barely any spots left. And that's one of the reasons why I can't go back. There's no place to put us.
Oh, darn. Oh, no, I can't go back. Oh, God, no. Shucks. They keep trying to send my wife back.
Someone please fill me in on the Dallin Colten thing. I'm lost. I didn't know there was a Dallin Colten thing. I know there's a Colten someone thing.
In the comments, Dallin was like, just say my name, bro. But it's hard to tell if he's just being stupid, like messing around with him or not.
Gotcha. Because Dallin said he would say his name but he wanted to give the person an opportunity to say their piece before
correct
the call out. And I know Colten called somebody out. I find it hard to believe that it was Dallin who would refuse to follow him back. So it might have been Dallin just but who knows?
There's no way. I just don't. He's too good of a kid, man. I just don't see that happen.
Yeah.
It's not his style.
Yeah. I found it weird that the Boys Interrupted went live this week without Dallin and didn't really say why. Because it came out like immediately after that he was had the rhabdo and couldn't go to Rogue.
Yeah. I don't know. That's weird.
Vicky says I assumed it was Hopper, John George Hopper. That's who I assumed it was. They have like a little running tiff. But who knows?
You know what? We've talked about this before. Good.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
Good. Give us something to talk about, number one. Number two, everybody should not be friends with everybody. That's unrealistic. For everybody just to be, when the behind the scenes thing that what's his face did when he's walking around asking everybody if they had a nemesis. And everybody to a person except Colten was like, oh no, not really. I'm just here, just here competing and blah blah blah. Which is nonsense. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's bullshit. Because I get in the back when I'm at a competition and I know there's people there that I do not like and I want to crush. Period. You're not gonna like everybody. That's just life.
Well, we talked about it yesterday. Like, we all have rivals, right? I've said Todd was my rival when I first went into the CrossFit gym, and I wanted to beat him every single day. And I would strategize on how to hit the workout to be able to take him on. And it made me better, and it made me more successful and all of that. But before we get into the chip and all those things that we talked about yesterday, I want to talk about that San Jose was announced as the next location to the 2026 CrossFit Games. So 20th anniversary, we're going back to Cali.
Going back to Cali.
I watched Amanda Harry's thing this morning. I actually texted her yesterday and told her that she's responsible now because she lives there to set up the trivia night for the media team.
Hey, congratulations! I just gave you a job.
But she actually lives in Oakland, and she told me she's probably going to have to get a hotel just because of traffic.
Oh, well, yeah, I could see that.
Oakland up to San Jose, it's typically about 45 minutes, no traffic, but with traffic, she's forced to kind of get a hotel.
Well, I don't know how big San Jose is, but I know like Oakland and San Francisco is like across the bay from each other, two big, really big places. And I imagine
she maps it out. So you have Oakland and San Francisco, and then right below that is San Jose. So they're all on the bay in like a triangle.
Got it. So yeah, that makes sense. That's like what we were talking about with Tristan the other day, where if you're in Houston, you're still an hour from Houston. Like you can drive in a straight line and not be done. So yeah, I could see that having to not be able to stay at your house, even though the venue's 45 minutes from. I could see that. I could absolutely see that.
I don't think it's a like or not like. I think mentally when you're in the game, you just need a rabbit. It's just something to chase or try to run away from. I think with Colten, it's more than that. I think it's that chip that we've talked about the last couple of days. So I think he has the chip on his shoulder and he wants to prove stuff. So anyway,
100%. Remember on the one of the old documentaries when they were talking about Bridges, talking about and they said he doesn't like being told that he's the shortest and the oldest in the field. Like I imagine after so many times hearing that, oh yeah, Colten's 5'3" or however tall he is, like that shit will wear on you after a while, and you're just like, you know what, F y'all, yeah, I am, and watch. That video he posted of him doing the 30-inch box clears and just casually jumping over the box, taking a couple steps, jumping over the box, just turn around and going like.
Well, and I've said on this show a couple times, like that I don't think he can win the games. I think that the extra effort he has to put in to overcome his obstacles in a 4 or 3 day weekend is really, really hard and will make it hard for him to win the games. And other people can think I'm wrong, and that's fine. And I'm sure Colten thinks I'm wrong, but I still love the dude. Like, I want him to win the games. I can want him to do it and not think he can at the same time.
Right. It's just I won't say being realistic, because I think he can. Just because I know, like, for me, and I feel like for Colten as well, the more events there are, the better there is, because it minimizes the things that you're really not that good at or can't be that good at because of your body type. I got short legs, long torso, short arms. I'm a horrible rower. Doesn't matter how much I work on it. Like, I have to put out more effort than other people do when I row, period, to be able to keep up. Just a fact of life. Doesn't matter how strong I am. Like, my pull is not going to be as long as somebody else's is. So I need more events to be able to minimize damage on that one, to be able to maximize my points on the other one. And I think Colten's a lot the same way.
I think your advantage is, though, that in the Masters division at the games, they don't get so over the top with the programming.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We're not gonna have. I'm never gonna have to do a pec bowl. Right. Like, that's not going to be a thing. I'm never going to have to do some of the crazy stuff that they've done. I would like to. I would look the obstacle course from, what was the O course, 2019 with Rescue Randy and
17, 18,
something like that. Whichever one it was, I would love that. That looked fun as hell, right? And that's a fitness test. Like, we're going to run, we're going to go over obstacles, we're going to move stuff from here to there, blah blah, whatever. I would absolutely kill for stuff like that. But I also know that there's stuff that is in my training, weekly, bi-weekly, or whatever, that I just skip over, because in my division, I'm not going to need to know how to do that. So I can spend more time working on the stuff that matters.
Yeah. So Larry Young, $4.99. Thank you so much for that, Larry. All right, boys, what do we think workouts will look like? I know Jay Birch is like, isn't it a little early? But I think Larry's looking like, how much time should he put into training this? Do I actually do some fitness or just watch? It's not early if you're in my condition and need some time.
Dude, he could talk about his condition all he wants. We follow each other on Instagram, and I've seen some of the stuff that he does, dude. Some of it's not pretty, like his muscle ups are baffle me every single time, because they're basically like just strict bar muscle ups. It's insane to watch, but he gets through them and then goes on to the next thing. So I don't want to hear about that.
His pure raw strength is unreal.
It's bananas, dude. It is absolutely bananas.
Truly.
And I understand how it got passed down to his son. Like, that's genetics all the way through. You wonder why John Young is as strong as he is? Go follow Larry.
Yeah, what I would say Larry needs to work on is mobility.
A little bit.
Work on mobility, and then I think the fitness will come in a little bit more.
The thing is, he is fit from what I can see. I mean, I never had a chance to train him, man. I'd love to. But his just raw strength and just the stuff that he does, every time I see some stuff, I shake my head and I laugh, because I'm like, it's fun to watch. It really is.
Yeah. He is a unicorn in the strength department for sure.
100%. 100%.
If Bob and Joe keep programming, just do machines and lift. Don't worry about moving well and having skills.
So I don't know.
Just so you know, John is a salty individual when it comes to the programming of the Masters games. I think him and Jamie were twins separated at birth.
Yeah, I can believe that. every time like something comes up, I'll text Jamie and I'll be like, "What do you think about this?" She's like, "Oh, it sucks." And it doesn't matter, like, doesn't matter what it is. Like, it could be something like, I mean, I'd probably be good at it, but I mean, it's just stupid. I'm like, this is why me and you are friends right here.
Jacqueline, see you guys there. Corey, better make it happen. And she's talking about the games.
Yeah.
I booked my hotel room yesterday. I got a really good deal. I don't know if the hotels were aware that this was announced, because I thought I was going to have to pay a premium, and I got a really good deal.
Good deal. Glad to hear it.
So I think I snuck in and got a hotel room under the wire. So I'm at the airport. Amanda tells me it's 3 miles. 3 miles from the airport to the.
Somebody was saying that during the Chase's broadcast yesterday, like in the comments, they were saying like, if you fly into San Jose, like it's right there.
Yeah.
It's like you could almost walk from there to the venue.
Larry, mine was cheaper than Albany. Mine too.
Damn.
By probably $500. I probably saved. Yeah.
Wow. That's substantial.
Valens Media only half mile away.
That's great. I hate saying shit like that's crazy because it always sounds like somebody's not actually paying attention, but that actually is crazy. It's that close to the airport.
And he may be working for me at the games next year, so just got to see how big of a team they let me have.
When are they gonna announce that kind of stuff? Like when you can apply for your media pass and shit? Probably not till after the first year.
It always seems way too late to me, but I'm looking at Airbnbs right now. Prices are really good. Scud said you can walk there from the airport. Well, if you're Scuds, you can.
I mean, Allison is pretty damn fit.
So, but excited about that. It sounds like it's a really nice place, and the prices are great. And so I'm excited because I do think there's the opportunity to go outside a little bit, maybe.
Somebody was saying there's some sort of park that's like right next door. Savon was saying yesterday that like the ranch is 20 minutes from there. So like you can almost expect to see like another trail run or something like that. Maybe because they're saying, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but check-in's probably going to be on a Monday. Most athletes going to be there all week anyway. So, by the way, we're going to get everybody to the ranch on Thursday and do 2 events, 3 events, whatever the case may be. Dave likes to do shit like that. Look, there it is, 23-minute drive from the arena to the ranch.
My internet's getting sketchy again.
Of course it is.
This is ridiculous, man. All right. You can take the Cal train from SFO Airport to San Jose if you're coming from farther away. Nice. So that gives SFO 2 airport options.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ranch isn't far. When we went to Fitness Freedom at the ranch, I was shocked how close.
Yeah, so like I said, that wouldn't, and not just me, I'm sure to the surprise of absolutely no one, that we're going to have something over there.
Well, Dave announced on that Sport of Fitness podcast that there's a twist coming either next week or the week after. They're going to make the announcement. I'm assuming it's going to be at the ranch.
Yeah. But I think everybody is. It's one of those, like, just like so many people were calling it to be in San Jose, right? Everybody was like, oh, yeah, it's probably going to be in San because they saw it. They had pictures of Dave walking around the stadium and whatnot, looked like he was checking it out. And then, to the surprise of absolutely no one, hey, yeah, by the way, it's in San Jose. Can we talk about how awesome Tia Claire Toomey is? 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
She gets up, does her face, like, because that's not, I just woke up 2 seconds ago phase, right? Does her stuff, gets up, and goes on there for 5 minutes just to be able to announce, hey, the games are going to be in San Jose. like I said it yesterday, and further cementing her spot as the greatest of all time. Because who's doing that? Who is waking up on the other side of the world at 3 o'clock in the morning because they asked you to, for no other reason than the fact that, hey, would you mind coming and do this? Well, yeah, but I'm going to be at my place in Australia. Oh, well, you don't have to. No, it's fine. I'll just get up at 3 in the morning. That's outstanding.
Well, true. Well, yeah. Well, David Reed, wish it had been in Columbus. I would have too. But that's very selfish of me. It is the 20th anniversary, and it probably should go home.
Yeah. I mean, we can all wish in one hand and poop in the other one and see which one fills up first. I'm pretty sure you know how that's going to happen.
She really is leading the community right now, and I'm super impressed. Yeah, I just have a hard time with their content. All the clickbait they use, and then you watch 15 minutes and nothing is said. And
yeah, not a fan of that, but she is 100% leading from the front.
No announcement yet for age groups. Yeah, I think they're full press on the elites getting all that stuff out. So
Andrew, literally yesterday, I was like this, like the entire time, hoping that Dave would say something about it, and we're going to have 3 semifinals for age group before we do the online last chance qualifier, whatever you want to call it, something like that. But in my heart of hearts, they weren't going to say a shit about us yesterday. Like that's just a fact.
Yeah. Not on the
fine.
Debut show, because nobody watches Masters but the Clydesdale. It was said in the chat yesterday. I'd be the only one to show up.
They'll
just like they're not going to talk about the Moscow Kettlebell League on the show either.
Same thing.
When PC and Brian will be the only ones at that one.
Oh, and the Ultimate Frisbee League. Next week, I would expect something about it next week.
You're about to get clipped again, Scott. 15 minutes and says nothing.
I mean,
I got to title a podcast this week.
That's a fact. Which was, dude, I laughed so much. They could do a whole series on just telling like old stories like that. Talk about Rich and them. Like that show was hilarious. Just all this different stuff they were talking about, and like just how thrown together all of that stuff was. Like what it was, sectionals back then, just literally just like, oh, we're out here in the grass doing thrusters every time, or deadlifts every time you drop the barbell. By the time you finish, you're picking it up off your toes to get it off. It's fantastic.
I love Petty Rich. And, I did say that they clickbaited me into a podcast that said nothing, absolutely nothing. It's a waste of time. And then he calls his show a waste of time. Like that is
what though?
Petty Rich at his best.
It shows he's paying attention.
Yeah. CJ says age group announcements is next week. Stay tuned to the WODPrep podcast.
Hey brother, I'll watch y'all every week. I was looking for y'all this morning on my way back from the pool, and y'all were not live today, so I imagine it's going on tomorrow.
What's frustrating for me about the WODPrep podcast?
Oh, here we go. Pay attention, CJ.
Is I can't watch it live.
And,
it is on it's on at 8 a.m. where I'm at.
Yeah.
When I get to work, that's when all the morning meetings are, and I get stuck in meetings and cannot watch it live.
I got caught up on the one from earlier this week, yesterday, I believe. Yeah, like I think either before we did this or after the other one. No, it had to be before, because we went from us to Chase to Sebon and then Pedro. Like there was content all day yesterday. Good stuff.
Yeah. CJ will be live all weekend at AffliateCon, interviewing a lot of the speakers.
Sweet.
I do want to, gosh, Jason Ackerman, I used to despise. When I first got into like CrossFit and kind of diving into the podcast scene, best hour of their day, I thought he was like so condescending. Then I met him live and I love the dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know why that didn't come across to me in the podcast, but when I met him live, like we sat down and talked. We talk all the time. Like we talked a lot the day I met him. And then I had him on the show and he was a great guest. Like it was awesome. But like, I really didn't like him for a long time.
He leans into it. Right. Cause like as soon as he came on Savant's show the other day with those yellow, orange, whatever glasses, like everybody was lighting him up in the comments. And he was just like, yep, I know they're stupid and I'm wearing them anyway. Like he was perfectly fine with it. He's really, really good at that. But I can understand because if you just listen to him speak, not knowing, he's very, very knowledgeable, right? He obviously knows what he's talking about, but there's just his tone half the time. He sounds like he's talking down to everybody.
Yeah.
Turns out, not really. He's kind of an asshole. That's fine. But he is very, very, he knows what he's talking about. And he's actually very, what's the one looking for?
Insightful.
Insightful.
Self-deprecating, all that stuff.
Self-deprecating. That's the word.
Yeah. He bangs on himself as much as he bangs on anybody else.
Absolutely.
CJ says most people feel that way. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, speaking of media reaction, I don't want to take up a lot of time on this because it is really taken up the whole week. But like on every show, like Dents and Savon and everybody saying that we were critical of Crash, and I am baffled where they got that we're critical of Crash. The only thing we said is that we thought that Caroline Kluttz deserved more media attention for what she accomplished. That was it. It had nothing to do with the programming. It had nothing to do with anything else. And
yeah,
and it's just frustrating that that it has happened. However, our numbers are way up this week. So like, I don't know, like, do I embrace it and just say, okay, criticize away, whatever, we'll just take it with a lump. But one comment got me, and it was, we posted the reel talking about Caroline, and Bryson wrote, don't tell me what to care about. And I'm thinking, isn't that what podcasts are?
That's what media is.
Like when he does Shut Up and Scribble, isn't he telling me that I should care about squat depth and balanced programming? Whatever the topics are, that's what you're telling me you want me to care about as a podcaster.
It's fantastic.
So I don't want to read tone into it because I don't know what tone he said it with. And right. So I don't know what it truly meant.
And ultimately,
when I read it, I was like, but isn't that what we all do?
Yeah.
We 100%. All say what you should care about today by having a list of topics.
Absolutely. And last time, Four Horses is dead. It done been beat all the hell and back. It's an opinion. And it's honestly, for what she did, Ms. Kluttz did, it's a valid opinion, right? And that's it. Everything else y'all said, I watched the whole damn show, was nothing but was a fantastic broadcast. Bill and friggin' John were awesome. The camera shots were fantastic. And then God forbid, oh, by the way, y'all, I mean, I can't believe they didn't. You, Carolyn, and Jamie said, I each individually can't believe they didn't mention Carolyn. because of what she was doing. That's it.
And I truly understand why they don't broadcast it. Like, I'm cool with it not being broadcasted. I just thought it was a storyline. That's all.
100%.
Listen, I've had, like, I literally, when I'm at an event, I have a battery in each pocket and my camera, because like I'm just feeding batteries. Can you imagine how many battery changes they have to do to stream that event?
I would have loved to have known, because I know some of the stuff they were doing, like just getting ready, their prep stuff, and then Hiller's last behind the scenes this morning, they was talking to Souza about like just putting the whole thing together, like how much it costs and blah blah blah, whatever. And that's one of the things I was thinking about is just like having to, first of all, keep batteries charged, swap them out as needed, and make sure that the ones that you swapped out get put back on the chargers, keeping everything rolling like that. Like, that's a thing in and of itself. And I mean, they did phenomenal, dude. They did phenomenal. Yeah. Mad props. The whole thing was awesome.
Yeah, and through that, I thought they were innovative with the picture-in-picture side-by-sides, which has been something I've been screaming to have for years, and they implemented better than anybody ever has.
Here's what I was thinking about that. Souza figured that out. He said it this morning. Like,
right on the fly.
On the fly. Souza is not a multi-media company with all these cameras and all these cameramen with their headsets so they can listen to people and whatnot. Souza's a gym owner and the producer of the Salon Show, and figured that out. And you mean to tell me that Hamilton Road can't do that?
Amen. I have nothing else to add to that. And then the other thing that I loved is I love that, and Savant said this in that video as well, having people sit down for the interviews right after. Like, I found at Syndicate, when I had a place for them to sit down, I got a better interview when they got to sit down, because they just finished a hell of a workout, right? Yeah. Trying to catch them on the fly, on their feet. You're getting like them out of breath and a lot of things. By having them come over and sit down and then having an honest conversation, you get a better interview that way. Yeah. And they killed those.
The sweaty chair. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. No, I agree completely. That was, and then the other action's still going on. So if something happens on the floor, you can be like, "Oh, did y'all see that?" Blah blah, whatever. It knocked it out the park.
Right. So, so with that, I want to announce that next Wednesday you're getting bumped to another day. Caroline Kluttz will be with me
on Wednesday.
Lunch with friends on Wednesday.
Sweet.
So we'll talk about what she did, and we'll talk about if she had a decision, if she did have a decision, whatever it was.
Either way, it's her choice, one way or another. Would it have been cool for her to do Indy? Sure, but it would have been one less person in the Masters women division. Ultimately, she competed. She competed her ass off. She won her division. Like, good for her.
Yeah. So anyway, there's that. Yesterday we talked about the chip on the shoulder. I just wanted to revisit that a little bit. You've had 24 hours to marinate on the whole thing. We started it with, you have a chip on your shoulder. You want to make the CrossFit Games as a master's athlete at the age of 50.
Yep.
You have a chip on your shoulder. You have receipts in your phone. And that's what motivates you, or is one of your motivators.
Yeah, but that's part of what motivates me. I wouldn't say that's my 100% thing, but I want to be the absolute best that I can be with the skills that, you know, God has given me. So the other stuff is just stuff that's added in, right? Like the stuff that's already in me. You know, all these memories, emotions, and whatnot that are still just deep-seated in me that used to be a detriment, right? That used to drive me. And this is something I've been thinking about too, is that it'd have been very easy for me, and it was in my early, late teens, early 20s, to turn that into something negative, And then as I've gotten older and the more, especially since I've started CrossFit and then just learned about mindset and all that kind of stuff, to take it, all this negative energy, all this negative stuff that's in my head, and turn it and use it as fuel. And I understand what Vicky was saying yesterday, about what you do when it's not there anymore. Is that, and I said it yesterday, and I stand by it today, is that it doesn't go away. Right? Your memories and your emotions that are tied to those memories and whatnot, that's a part of you forever. Right? It's not something you can that you can delete. And I wouldn't want it if I could. I wouldn't want them to go away if I could, because it's made me who I am today. So the fact that I've at some point, I don't want to say turned a corner because it's not always positive, but I don't know a better way to put it. But turned a corner to the point where I can use it as fuel. Like, I don't really want it to go away, because I know I see it in a different light now, and I can use it to get me up and get me going, and for lack of a better word, to fuck some people up on the floor.
You can't delete it, but you can release it. You release the emotion attached to it, I guess.
Yeah, and I think we're saying a version of the same thing, Vicky, because releasing the emotional attachment for me is burning it off. Using it as fuel, burning it off.
Larry says, John told me I lost my fire like 10 years ago. I'm like, bro, I got old. So I told a story about how CrossFit, in my perception at that moment, got pulled away from me when I needed it most. I went to pull a deadlift. I was probably overtraining at the time. My back went, had to go in for 12 different procedures from there till whenever. And at the time I was coaching and I was an athlete at the gym, and the owner of the gym asked me to step down as a coach and to work on this myself, get myself right, and then come back. There's been comments that they asked me to leave. They didn't ask me to leave. They just didn't want me to coach anymore. And because I was in a spiral at the moment, because I didn't understand what Vicky was talking about with neutral, I had positive and negative, and I didn't have that middle road to go to. I took it as completely negative. And I felt like they were asking me to leave. They did not ask me to leave. They asked me to stop coaching and get better before I continued to coach. But I felt like I had done so much for them. I felt like they were leaving me off on my own to fix it, and not like, you were the person that helped me get from 530 pounds to 260 pounds. And now that I'm hurt, you won't help me anymore.
Right.
Like, that's how I felt. And again, it was the mindset that she talked about of going from positive to neutral as opposed to going positive to negative. And and it's made me think a lot since she sent me her podcast on that. And truly, and here's Jody, thanks for the clarification on that, because she did ask me about it. My perception made it way worse than it really was. It didn't help that the owner had never been through this before. He was a young business owner. You know, they don't teach business school to trainers. And he didn't know what words to use.
Yeah.
And when I probably needed it more than anything. And what's funny is Kelly Clark and I talked about it on Tuesday night, and she said the same thing. Like, it is her job as a coach to make sure that nobody ever walks out that door feeling like this isn't a place for help. And if she gets the sense that you're walking that way anyway, she will grab you, because if you take too many steps away, you're never coming back.
Yeah.
So, so CJ and Dents have been going at it. We are arguing in Scott's living room. I missed the first 10 minutes. So back on the other subject, you felt abandoned because the story you had previously built up in your head based on old experiences. So the story had roots and therefore clouded your perception before he even said what he did. I think the one thing I'll say to that, Vicky, is if he would have came up to me and said, hey, we've worked together and we've conquered so much, I just need you to take a step away from coaching so we can get that focus on you again, I think would have changed everything for me in that moment.
Well, there's a saying that in the military that save yourself first. You can't save yourself. You can't save anybody else. You had took the first step, right? Lost a linebacker, like we said yesterday, 230 pounds, and then back injury, having some setbacks. At that point, yeah, like you said, if he'd have just phrased it where, hey, let's work back on saving you again before to make you whole so that you can save yourself.
Because he had a proof of concept.
Yeah.
It was him and I that lost the linebacker, right?
Yep.
And maybe he doesn't look at it that way. Maybe he looks at it like I took the bulls by the horn and kept showing up. But in my eyes, I felt like he was guiding me down that path. And to me, it was together. And when he said, you go do your thing and take care of yourself, it felt like, hey, go do this alone.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it. 100% I agree. But you would have heard it that way if the story in your head was different to begin with, is all I'm saying. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Not debating, Vicky, just having an open conversation about it. Because I still fight the demons of that moment. And I left that gym because every time I walked in, I felt like a failure. And I don't, and that made it really hard for that to be my solution.
Yeah, even though you didn't do anything wrong, right? You feel like a failure to yourself. You feel like you let other people down because now I'm hurt. Now I can't do this. And now they don't want me to coach because I'm hurt and I can't do this. Yeah,
and
I
now
can
they're
see where that
telling me
would
to go
stack
do
up.
this on my own. And all the posters they had of me in my before and after pictures taken down. And now I'm walking into this building. And then there's all the memories of what I could do before the back injury, right? And so then all of that is just like this. I felt like a failure, and that's why I left that gym primarily to go and went to Polaris.
And like Vicky said right there, and it just spirals.
Yep.
It's easy to do, man. Once that shit starts getting in, it'll pile up and it'll pile up and it'll pile up and it'll pile up. And it can be hard to get rid of, or to brush off, or just however you want to look at it, to just move forward in a positive light after that.
Larry Young, it's definitely easier with a buddy, but I kind of feel, but it's kind of hard to find a 52-year-old peeps with similar mindsets. I wasn't looking for a buddy. I was looking for a coach. So his name's Marcus. He's a great coach. He's the one that helped me lose all the weight, the 270 pounds. And he didn't ever work out with me. He just coached me. He just checked in on me. He did all those things. And that's what I felt like was kind of taken away. Unfortunately, I feel like it's a common issue among coaches not knowing how to help dealing with injury when it happens.
I know for us at Virtus, anytime somebody, and it happens often because it doesn't, but somebody happens to get injured, to have an injury, whether it happens inside the gym or outside, we tell them, look, come back. Like as soon as you are able to, come back, because we will, it's my job when I'm on that floor to figure out a way to make whatever we're doing that day work for you. I don't give a shit if you got one good leg, one good arm, no leg. Like we will figure something out. That is not that big a deal.
I think the comeback is great, but I think it has to go a step further to let them know you're there with them.
Yeah.
And that's the piece I think that sometimes gets lost in that conversation. It's easy to say, hey, just come in and hang out come see everybody, but hey, come in and we'll see what you can do. We'll see if you can sit on a bike. We'll see we'll make a list of the things you can do.
Yeah. 100%. Like I'm not interested in what you can't do. I'm way more interested in what you can do.
You lost your support system. Yes, I did, Jay Birch.
Yep.
They are coaches. So this is in addition to what Frida had already said. They're great if you go in there already injured. If you walk in the door, and I agree with that, if you walk in the door injured, they know they have a plan. But when you get injured during the process, they don't always necessarily know what that means, how to handle that. Vicky, I am extremely grateful that my first coach and my new coach, CJ, are awesome with handling injuries and creating a situation that I don't spiral like that while also healing the injury. I think the complication to this was if it was an injury that I could have overcome in 6 weeks, I would have been fine. But this was an injury that through the insurance system and through everything, I had to keep trying different procedures till the main one took, right? And every time I thought I was over it, my body failed again. And then my body failed again. Because the first back injury was lifting a laundry basket. The second one was deadlifting a bar. The third one was just going shoulder to overhead, right? Like it's because it never ever got fixed.
Yeah.
And
one thing after another.
Repeated thing that kept happening. But we don't have to stay on the negative because I'm about ready to kick some ass.
What Vicky say about CJ, I mean, he's a PT. So in addition to being in, I'm pretty sure CJ's an L3. So in addition, you put those two things together and like, he's going to fix or do his damnedest to fix whatever, give you the tools, I should say, to fix whatever it is that's broken to get you back healthy and doing all the things you want to do again. CJ's a good dude.
Yeah, I saw him at the Masters Games with his athletes. He's freaking amazing. Meredith, I have a bad back myself, horrible injury, so frustrating. Yeah, the thing is, I think I got the back fixed. Like I'm good there. Now we got to get through the other stuff.
Yeah, between your sinuses and your lungs and you get that respiratory system. The whole breathing is important, as it turns out.
I could see CJ being a great coach. He is super passionate and gets invested. Yes. And then also like JY, he is right when he isn't.
Oh,
gotta love when the dad speaks.
Yeah, absolutely. To be fair, I could watch John Young do just about anything and it'd be entertaining because that dude is a character in and of himself.
He is. That's why he's on so many shows, man.
The senior analyst.
Just don't text scores during the broadcast, man.
Can we not do that? That'd be fantastic. I like the way Tyler just lit into it. Dude, what are you doing?
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, I think the spin behind the scenes is probably more interesting than the one they put out to the public.
I bet those conversations, like once you hit, we're not broadcasting anymore. I can't even imagine. John is passionate about everything. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be his grocery list. Be like, I'm going to get chicken today. Like, he would be yelling it at the screen. It doesn't matter what it is. Which is why,
from his father,
from his
guilty
dad.
face was the worst.
Oh goodness, yes, guilty face was definitely the worst. That threw me off. I forgot what I was fixing to say, but yeah, his body language, was absolutely everything. It's fantastic.
Vicky, I'm waiting for the day they accidentally forget to turn off the stream, but it's not.
As long as Brian is there, they're good. But if like Spin can't make it for whatever reason, he's on vacation and they go live anyway, that's when that's going to happen. So I feel like Brian's got his finger on the don't button, like ready to kill it at any given point. Them other, that's not what happened.
We did it one time. Way back.
Yeah.
Way back. Man.
Yes.
Well, that's a pretty good show for today.
I ain't mad at it.
We will call it a day. So just to update you, don't forget to like and subscribe. We are 20 subscribers away from 3K. 20.
If everybody that's in the chat right now tells one person.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do.
And
get
then
one person to just hit that subscribe button.
I'll be back tomorrow, heading us into the weekend. And then next Wednesday, Caroline Kluttz will join me live at lunch for Lunch with Friends. That will kick off at noon instead of 12:15. And then, Sunday Night CrossFit Talk again this week.
Love it.
See what the ladies have to say about all the commotion of the week.
All the commotion of the week. The
San Jose. Yeah. We'll talk about it all. With that, guys, have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you guys soon. Hopefully, with my laptop connecting to internet in my studio.
Actually in the studio. Yeah.
Actually in the studio. Yeah. All right. Bye.